joined by Navroz Saju, who is with the HDG Hotel Development Group. They're the ones who came in and welcomed our community with Comfort Suites on 13th.
When running a business, you need an expert, a partner in your financial growth. With Florida Credit Union, your company can thrive. For the best technology as well as game-changing loan rates, rely on a better way to bank at Florida Credit Union. Member-owned, community-proud.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Absolutely. And good morning, Julia.
Thank you. Good morning to you as well. So can you tell us a little bit about the history of HDG Hotels?
Absolutely. So HDG Hotels is a multi-generational family business that has its roots in North Central Florida. My parents bought their first hotel in Ocala, which is just, south of Gainesville. Mm-hmm. I took over our family business in 1994. I'm a UF grad. My brother Azim, who is our president and CEO of our company, is also a UF law grad.
Oh, go Gators.
Yeah, go Gators. Absolutely. And I started in 94. I asked him to join me in 2001. The company began to grow. We created a separate hotel development and management group, and we've grown through there. We've grown. Of course, there's been hiccups and ups and downs, but the trend line's been good.
Obviously, we are so happy to have Comfort Suites join our business community. And what made you all decide to come into Gainesville and come on to 13th Street?
So our company's vision is to positively impact the people in the world around us. We felt we could be very positively impactful with the quality lodging option in that quadrant of Gainesville. I mean, there's a lot of new hotels off 75, but having a hotel close to the university and the demand generators, the VA hospital, Shands, the veterinary clinic, et cetera, that was at a price point that was affordable. There's some nice hotels close to the university, but they're very expensive. So that was the motivating factor. And of course, we're UF grads. We know we've been in North Central Florida since 1981. So that's what motivated us to make a large investment with this hotel.
Wonderful. So it sounds like you have a little love for Gainesville.
We're season ticket holders. Yeah.
That's great. So, I mean, this plan was something that was probably a couple years in the making, and you couldn't expect a pandemic to be around the corner.
Yeah. So hotel development is a very long process. This plan actually started back in 2013, 2014.
Wow. Okay.
And we had a lot of dead ends, but we believed in Gainesville and we believed in the market, and we kept on persevering. And so it started back 2013, 2014.
So, wow, even more years in the making than I expected. Like I said, a pandemic being around the corner was something that no one expected, especially not you all. So how do you feel that the opening a business during the pandemic has challenged you?
So being in business generally is challenging. Being an entrepreneur is challenging. Mm-hmm. So we had two options. One option was to delay the opening, and the other option was to go ahead as planned. Mm-hmm. And both are very viable options. But, we believe in the Gainesville community. Of course, not having the University of Florida and all the athletic demand generators and room nights. We were aware that might be something that we might have to wait 12 months for to get. But there's a lot of other demand generators in Gainesville. It's a very robust, dynamic community. So we went ahead and opened. And, when you have a large project like a hotel, it's a partnership. Our lender, Florida Credit Union, has been very supportive.
Oh, we know them.
Yeah, so they've been very supportive. Our brand, Choice Hotels International, has been very supportive. And then, of course, the community, we've not gotten a lot of Gator fans, but we've gotten a lot of people visiting the university for various reasons. We've gotten a company that's doing logistical and delivery work in Gainesville that's taken a significant chunk of our room. So, and that's testament
great
to the strength of Gainesville and the strength of the resiliency of the community.
Yeah, no, it truly has been amazing to see our community come together in various ways to support those businesses.
Mhm.
One of our segments is even about how businesses have given to others throughout the pandemic, and that has been amazing to see.
Mhm.
Now, do you think there were different things that you all had to incorporate in order to make sure that, your hotel succeeded?
Hygiene and cleanliness, our vision being positively impactful. Well, you need to have a clean hotel to be positively
Mhm.
impactful, but that's been taken to a totally different level.
Oh, most definitely.
In terms of team members and guests wearing masks, disinfectant stations throughout the hotel. We use a very high grade commercial disinfectant cleaner. The breakfast has been modified, housekeeping has been modified. So there's part of being an entrepreneur, part of being in business is, of course, the ups and downs and making adjustments. And we've absolutely made adjustments so we can provide the best environment for our team and for our guests.
That's wonderful. And as we see the light at the end of the tunnel more and more, have you
Yes.
also seen increased business?
Yes. So absolutely on the light, I bring up, the chamber is a big supporter of businesses and entrepreneurs, but being a successful entrepreneur, being successful in anything, you need to be very positive and have a positive outlook and really believe things are going to get better. And things are getting better. The vaccination does work. People are getting vaccinated. If you read the numbers of COVID fatalities and COVID infections, the trend line is down. So we absolutely think things are going to get better, and we're looking to have Alabama come into Gainesville next September and have all the Gainesville businesses rocking and rolling. And things are going to get better, and things are getting better, Julia.
Awesome. That's awesome. And what is one thing that maybe a lot of people don't know about your hotel? I mean, I've been there and it's a beautiful hotel. You guys really did a great job. But what is something that you think maybe the community doesn't know about your hotel?
So, a big part of our company is balancing the interests of our shareholders, which are very important to us because it is a high capital business, with the interests of our team members and the interest of our hotel. Our team members, we offer them a very, very rich benefits program. Some of our team members have opportunities of ownership in our hotels.
Wow.
We believe in maintaining our hotels. We have a strong emphasis of being green. We recycle LED lights, low flow toilets, high energy efficient thermostats in the room. So we're very, very big on being green. And then, our mission is just being brilliant in the basics. We really strive hard that when a guest stays at our hotel, they have an awesome experience. And for some reason, if it doesn't go exactly to the way they wanted, then we listen and we make the changes and we make sure they're happy when they leave.
That's great. That's great. I mean, we really appreciate, like I said before, you coming into our community and investing in our community. It's a beautiful addition. And I'm so grateful that you all have really been able to overcome the challenges of the pandemic and push through. And, congratulations.
Thank you so much, Julia.
And thank you for coming on to our show.
Thank you for inviting us, and thank you for supporting Gainesville businesses and entrepreneurs in the community. And
I mean, we'll keep on doing it.
Yep. And if you ever need meeting space, we have really, really nice meeting space at that property. So.
Ooh, okay. Thank you. No, I mean, we love new spaces to go, especially to bring our chamber members and our businesses together.
When running a business, you need an expert, a partner in your financial growth. With Florida Credit Union, your company can thrive. For the best technology as well as game-changing loan rates, rely on a better way to bank at Florida Credit Union. Member-owned, community-proud.
Today, we're chatting with Jonathan Evans from Sculpture Hospitality. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. So for those that don't know anything about Sculpture Hospitality, tell us a little bit about what you do.
Absolutely. So Sculpture Hospitality works with bars and restaurants, and what we strive for is to maximize their most precious assets, which is their inventory. So we have some pretty sophisticated tools and software that allows them to manage and control their inventory, but also find out where their opportunities are. So if it's spillage, if it's loss, if it's theft, so there's a myriad of reasons why there's opportunities happening. So we just discover those and help them maximize profits on every aspect behind the bar and the kitchen as possible.
Yeah, I mean, it's an awesome service that you're able to provide to that industry. And I imagine it was really helpful during the pandemic because I'm sure they were dealing with a lot of issues and inventory was probably one of them.
Correct. So one of the things about inventory is it's very time consuming. So what my team is able to do is come in and actually do the physical counting and give reports back to the owners. So their team doesn't actually have to spend the time counting whether it's before a shift or after a shift, or the managers have to come in on their off days. So we come in when everybody's gone and it's after hours, and they don't have to spend the time doing it. So they can focus on customer experience or things about running the business and worrying about what is coming down from the federal government or what's happening with the virus and things like that. And we can help with the most time consuming aspects.
Yeah. Take a little bit of the stress off of them.
Try to, for sure.
And with that, I mean, I'm sure you as a business dealt with some struggles and some things that you had to overcome over the past year as well.
So I opened up officially in January 1 of 2020. So January and February were going really well. And then March.
Yeah, so you were a little fresh business.
So 3 months in, and then all of my customers are officially shut. That basically stopped everything from happening. So we weren't actually able to serve, even if they were still wanting our services. There's no service to provide. So kind of just stopped. And as much of America did at the time, it just sort of stopped. So that's when sort of the creativity of 2020 started happening. And I got to spend some time with the kids, and we built a fort and we built some stuff in the backyard. But that's only sustainable for so long. So
yeah. I mean, it's that feeling of you don't know how much longer this is going to last. And I mean, none of us could have expected to still be in it. You know, here we are over a year later. But I know you didn't like twiddle your thumbs and wait for something to happen. You got innovative. So tell us about your new business adventures.
Sure. So I don't like to be bored, and I don't like to slide. So during a large majority of the walkthrough up to starting Sculpture Hospitality of Gainesville, I started investing in photography equipment because I really enjoy taking pictures. But two, some of the customers that I get to work with don't necessarily have the budget to hire a marketing company or something like that. So as sort of an offshoot of some of the services I wanted to provide was high quality images of their food or their beverages to sort of help out with the Facebook marketing. Or really any marketing strategy they wanted to use, and they would just have really good images. But when everything shut down, I started officially Jonathan Evans Photography as a subdivision of Sculpture Hospitality, so I could actually now take pictures of anybody or of anything. So I spent a lot of time practicing on food and product photography, and it's very convenient. The product doesn't move. So patience when it comes to that. But then I got into doing portraits and headshots, and now I'm working with realtors to do real estate shots. So it sort of just turned into, what do you need to provide this service? And then I was able to find the equipment that I needed or rent it, and then go provide that service. And just got super creative with what I was capable of, and just sort of pushed the limits of what I wanted to do. And it's just kind of ever evolving, actually. So
yeah, I mean, I know that we appreciate your photos from, chamber functions, because I feel like you can never have enough photos.
Good point, which keeps us in business, which is good.
That is true. It keeps the ball rolling. And then on top of that, I mean, obviously it was hard for us to have gatherings and celebrate and things like that. So then with your yard art, that opened up a new door.
It did. So back in November, I reached out to the team that runs Yard Art Orlando and sort of was just brainstorming with the owner down there. And I was like, well, what would you think about expanding up in the Gainesville market? And she said, well, I don't have the resources to come to Gainesville to do it. And what if you take over? So I became the operating partner of Yard Art Gainesville. So now we can offer super safe. I sort of come in like a sign ninja and set up at night, and then you get a surprise in the morning for the kids. Or I had the opportunity to celebrate a 50th wedding anniversary. So their kids sent me over to their parents' house at night, which was weird because they didn't know I was there. So I was trying to be super quiet and knock anything over and things like that. So it's
yeah, of course. I mean, that's like an interesting, I would never assume that ninja would be part of the title of a job, but I mean, you do what you got to do.
Then get out and move on to the next project.
Yeah. Well, and like speaking of a 50th anniversary, I mean, you're able to provide something special during a time where I feel like those big events, like, I mean, even my husband had a 30th birthday and it was like, what do we do? Normally you make a big deal about it, but like, we can't really do anything. So you really created that new way, but still making it special for, your loved ones and your friends.
For sure. So it's a super public way to do a celebration in a safe way. So typically their neighbors come out and they see it and people drive by and honk the horn. So it can be a lot.
And I assume you did a lot of situations with like graduates and things like that as well.
We have the opportunity to work with graduates, and that's actually something that we're working with now because it's graduation season. And seeing as we're still in the throes of socially distanced parties and things like that. So it's getting super busy right now, and it's a lot of fun because, like I said, people can drive around the neighborhood and not actually get out, but you can still publicly celebrate with your friends and family and those that are immune suppressed and can't actually get out and join, they can actually participate in the party.
And obviously with vaccinations and everything coming out and people having access to those, we are able to reintroduce in-person events and, introduce those small gatherings with our loved ones. But still at the same time, I think the yard art is a great addition to those events.
Agreed. And we hope it stays because it's super fun. Again, it's super public. So more people can celebrate. So even if you wanted to do a small gathering with immediate friends and family, you can still include more of the neighborhood or more of the loved ones. Plus, it actually sparks a lot of interest on social media. So when you post pictures and things like that, and everything that we do is customizable. So you can have your own name, you can have whatever your interests are. So we've got sports themes, and we've got mermaids, and we've got unicorns, and we've got
all the good stuff.
We got all kinds of fun stuff. We got a whole plethora of graduation stuff, different years. So 2021 is very relevant right now. So
crazy to know that we're in 2021. I feel like every day I'm like, yeah, because in 2020, oh wait, cross that out. It's 2021. Now with that though, have you had businesses utilize the yard art as well for like marketing opportunities?
So we have to be sort of careful with the businesses because of some of the city ordinances. So I have been in discussions with some of the owners, and there is an interest there. But we just sort of have to work with the city organizers, city planners to make sure that we follow the rules of the city of Gainesville. So that's actually kind of next on our series of working with realtors and things.
Yeah.
We also want to make sure that we're staying in compliance with the local rules.
Yeah, that'll be a great, opportunity for you, especially. I assume that these new business ventures are things that you want to keep on for years and years to come. It wasn't just pandemic related.
So I've always wanted to run my own company. And I had the opportunity to work for the University of Florida for 14 years. So I got a very good grasp of a lot of the different financial workings of a big business and being able to work as part of a team and things like that. So getting to run my own business, there's some things that I learned that work really well and things that I learned that don't work really well. So now I get to sort of control how things are shaped and I get to control my own schedule. So I would love to see all three programs continue and begin to hire people so that I can bring jobs to the community. So all of this is sort of in the master plan. So I'd love to see all three of the programs continue. I'm having a lot of fun doing all three of them simultaneously. Sleep is somewhat...
Who sleeps anymore? Understood.
It's a lot of fun. And it's very rewarding because the customers I am able to work with are very appreciative, and you see the joy in things that we create, whether it's cost savings with sculpture or if it's capturing beautiful moments with the photography, or actually the yard art with the kids waking up in the middle or in the morning going to school, and then there's this giant birthday sign with their name on it out front. It's it makes their day, and it's super cool to be a part of that. So
it is awesome that all of your businesses have something in common, and the fact that it's fulfilling a necessity, but also helping our community at the same time, whether it be community members or business members.
Absolutely. And right now, everything is about relationships and meeting as many people as possible. And having the three different projects going simultaneously has just introduced me to so many amazing people. It got me the chance to work with you and do this video, which I'm very appreciative of. And I get to meet people every day, and I get to talk to people every day. And I think that's one of my strengths is just talking to people. So it lends itself very nicely to that.
Yeah, I think you're pretty good at it. No, we appreciate everything that you do, not only with your businesses, but also within the chamber. I think that, all of us here at the chamber are very appreciative of, the volunteer work that you do with us, and making sure that new businesses, existing businesses, feel welcome and, feel like they're getting that special little shout out from different people in our community. Of course.
We're trying to build this community together. So
exactly. I think I'll say until I'm blue in the face that, it's so important in any case for us to all work together and support each other, but especially over the past year, there has been a need for it, especially. So of course we've been doing better as a community to work together and support each other. But I truly hope that just continues on for years to come. And I think that at least with you, you'll continue doing it for years to come.
That's the hope. That is the hope.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today. I really appreciate your time. And like I said, everything that you're doing, both business-wise and just as a person of our community. I think Gainesville's grateful for you, and probably if they didn't know about your services, now they do, and they'll be calling you.
We're here to help.
Yes, of course. And it's important to remember that you created these new opportunities for yourself during a difficult time. And so hopefully that is also very encouraging to our other entrepreneurs in the community, that things don't have to stand still just because the world is kind of at a standstill. You can still move forward.
Well, and there's always somebody to help. So if you have a question, if you need something, there's always somebody with an answer. And the chamber has so many different opportunities and different avenues that if you have a question, if you need a job, if you need a lawyer to look over some paperwork, there are connections and relationships so intermingled within this community that anything is possible. And it's easy to say that, but quite literally anything is possible if you just ask questions and get to the right people.
Yes. I tell people that every time that they join the chamber. The biggest thing is, remember, it's a business advocacy group. So first and foremost, we're here for you, not only to see you succeed, but to see you thrive. So ask us the questions, come to us, please. We want to connect you with those resources that are right here in our greater Gainesville region. We have so much. But we appreciate the shout out from you as well. But I'm sure we will see you soon at another chamber event. But thank you again for joining us today.
I'll be there. Thank you for having me.
Gainesville, Florida was recently ranked the #1 giving community in the country. With the onset of the pandemic, there were even more opportunities for giving, and our community truly stepped up. As we move forward together through this pandemic and into the future, I am confident that our community will only continue to give more and more and support each other. Together, we are GNV. Thank you again to Florida Credit Union for being the presenting sponsor of our All In GNV Pivot Series. And thank you again to our speaker sponsor, Cox Business. Also, thank you to our annual sponsors and our Circle of Champions and our media partners who help underwrite this program.